Oh, yes, it's that Friday feeling. Friday has arrived. Yes, it has. It may be wet and windy and rainy and stuff outside, and it's March the 21st, I believe, something like that. 22nd, 21st, I don't know. It's March to something, 2024. And yes, we are still praying dearly for that sunshine. But yet it has not come. But doesn't matter, because we're going to get into the hangar and we're going to carry on building the Hawker. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're back on the Hawk. Yes, we are. And what you didn't see the other day where we was is that this thing was back to front. Yes, F8 was back to front. I've seen a major boo-boo. I haven't covered it in any plastic. Okay, here we go. So we've got our plastic back on here. Crazy stuff. Yeah, so I'll put this the right way up now. So obviously I'm looking at the bottom of the fuselage. So the thin edge, so if you are doing this build, the thin edge is facing you and the kind of the thicker edge is away from you. That fits how it should. It should all stick there. I've done a bit of sidey cam. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here, but that's a nice arc. Now, I did have to debond this and let it dry. So, yeah, it did split up this side. The good thing about debonder is that if you let it soak in, and then use some weights at either side of where you're going to put, then slowly rock it, it comes away like this one. Where I didn't do it with this side, I got a bit of King Kong on that side and it kind of split the wood, but it's okay. I can fit all this sort of stuff in afterwards. There you go. Make sure you get plenty in there. It's all squidging down, you know. And I think I'm going to use my sort of rocket blaster. Well, when the nozzle's working correctly, it dries it instantly. Right, so I think I'll just use my sort of one of my big T-bars, and I'm just going to sort of just stick. I don't know why I'm doing the top, but hey ho. Just you know, so this gives it strength, but it gives a bit of flexibility as well. And then what I'll do at the back, I will super glue that, but then what I'll do is underneath it and the top I will put a bit of white glue just to hold it there, because it's a bit of a pain. It's a bit of a pain position to try and put some clips. Yeah, so let's do that. I've got my building clothes on, so it's all good. So I've got to make sure this is the right way, so the angle is pointing forward, and then sit her down there, and then sit her down there, which is all lovely. I think what I could do, I could put some clips, some red clips. Why aren't you prepared, Chris? I don't know. What I'll do, I think I'll just put some. Don't need that clip. Will it clip there? No, it won't. I don't think I need one anyway. I think I'm being a bit careful. Now, what I've seen is this does actually join here. So I'm just going to put a little bit of super glue just at the end here. This is when you need good eyes. It really is. It's like, as a kid I used to make Airfix models, and you know, it's brilliant. I think now I'd be in a bit of trouble because I'm blind as a bat. Where? Hello? Oh, there you are. Right, okay. So I'm going to get that on that edge, close to the edge. I need to get it a bit more higher than that. This is quite complicated because there's no kind of ridge there. I just need it kind of like flat while the super glue is drying. I think that's as good as I'm going to get. Get a bit of my setter, hold my breath, and I've lost the end. I cannot go any faster, Captain. Here we go. Here we go. I don't know what it's the spray. It's a bit. 1, a 2, a 3. Did it? Oh, and my finger's caught. There we go. Always use me as an example and not what to do. Right, so I did glue the front. That's all sealed and everything else, because I have made a bit of a boo-boo. Not real boo-boo. In fact, I should have moved the camera down a bit, but I'll tell you, we'll go to that in a minute. And I'll show you the boo-boo. It was not such a boo-boo, but it is a boo-boo. Anyway, so this is asking for from here to here is F5, which is basically this, which is I think it's 3mm 3mm by about 6mm, whatever it is. And we're going to be using our slot cutter. Now, if you missed the last video, we made a slot cutter. And you get a piece of wood, you glue some sanding paper to it, and then cut it down so it's as a slot. And then what you need to do is then look at the slotters, and the best thing to do is so it moves basically. Not really showing it, not really doing this justice. But there you go. So the deeper the hole, the deeper this will go down. So I'll keep it in a rubber band, and then I will push it in the hole. If you can see that, it's a closer one. You can you see that? Push it down there. Push this down so I know how deep I need to go. Make sure it's like that. Make sure it's got level, like so. And then I'll just put a couple of me hard ones, which are the black ones, which are the longest spring, harder spring. Double check on this side. Fantastic. And now I've got my slot cutter. So I just want to sort of just mark with pencil here, and then I will cut that. All right, so that's cut. Nice and straight edge. It's just, I mean, I know you can just cut it with a knife and everything else, but Right, so now I can stick this in like so, because it will go in, but obviously we want it to go right down. So that, in fact, I did cut a bit too much off because that is flush now, which I didn't want to do, but it is what it is, as they say. So I'm just going to mark up the sides. I'll probably end up cutting this one, actually. Just want to mark up the sides. Where's my sharp edge? Make sure you've got a sharp edge, otherwise you're going to end up cutting a gap, which you don't want to do. Oh, sounded quite... See if I can show you doing that. Just going up to there, down and down and down, and then it won't go anymore because it's reached that edge. And voila, une slotte. And that's the thing I found that best way to do. Once again, don't go mad. It's only because I'm on camera. I'm probably going a bit crazy. Here we go. And it won't go down anymore. Now, how am I going to do that end one? I've no idea. Get that right on there. So it's, like a glove. Spray it with my little sprayer that seems to lost its fan spray. Yeah, so normally when you've got an end grain of balsa, a little tip that I found out watching many people that are doing many, Cliff Harvey and Mark Croucher, is that you're meant to glue it first, because an end grain will suck in all the glue, and then you're not making that join. So you're meant to sort of fill it with glue, then just give it a quick thingy, a quick rub down, and go into there. But I've got a gusset coming onto there that I'm going to cut down. I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm going to use that out of a bit of scrap birch, or whatever it is, ply, birch, whatever it is. So all you basically do is that you, so if I show you just quickly, just randomly, this is quick and dirty, cut across there, and then this side and this side would be underneath the balsa, which gives that little triangle in yeah, you know what I mean. It gives it that strength. Fantastic. Right, so that's all gluing, and that's white gluing and everything else, so I'm happy with that. That's all going to plan, he says. So, while we're doing this, as you know, if you followed me, where are we? If you was on the live, tomorrow, which I think is the 24th tomorrow, I was meant to be doing my A certificate at Popham. Unfortunately, it got cancelled because of the weather. And they've redone it for the 7th of April. So, yeah. Is what it is. It's probably a bit of a reprieve, actually, because I wouldn't have been ready anyway. We haven't flown at all this year, and I think it'll bring a new name to Rust, because I am rusty. Right, so let's get this in. So that I'm just putting that in there because that is kind of tight. So I just want to sand that edge. It's really, I mean, this is 240 by 400, so it's literally not sanding. It's micro sanding. But micro sanding makes all the difference. There you go. You can see me putting that in, can't you? So what I need to do is I'm going to super glue that end, and I'm going to white glue this end. Mainly because if I, the white glue will make a space. You can't squidge it out totally. So I think what I'm going to put that in there, so that's come to that edge, fantastic. And then I'm going to push this down, and that is on that edge. Didn't need a slot. Yeah, maybe that's okay. Probably could have done, so that might need a bit of sanding on that edge. That's just minimal, absolute minimal. Alrighty, so I've moved the camera so you can see the actual front, or it's not actually the front, it is actually the front section. Well, it's kind of the mid section because you do make a front section. Now this this F7, which is labelled here F7, it's kind of confused me a bit. You know, things do confuse me, but I've figured it out. It's all good. I found also F11A. They're in a little baggie with the, I think that is called the F7B, which basically, if you're launching from a rubber band, that's where the launch point is, and you've got a little, I think metal or something, or bungee, something goes in there anyway. We've yet to find out. And then go bing, you can bungee it off. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut these out. Or I'm going to leave the baggie, as I say. But yeah, so that's where they were. Hiding in a little bag in the depths of the box. So there you go. That is it. So that's like a motor mount. And I'm just going to dry fit this. See if it needs any sanding. Oh, look at that. You can't beat laser cutting, can you? Because that just fits like a glove. Perfect. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stick some red ones up there because I don't want it sort of like sinking down. That sinking feeling. You know, because obviously it's white glue, so it's slippery, and it could just. I'm just going to sort of cut very, very gently. I'm not even going to go mad. I mean, we're cutting like silly little bits of balsa at once, and I'm hoping that if I just cut that, if I'm just going to put the back edge where I want to start. I know probably everyone's sort of like, you know, this is not really interesting, but it's important. No. Especially for the laugh factor that you know I'm going to break it. Oh, there you go. Careful as you're taking it off, Chris. Don't cut your hands. I've just got to be so careful now and get my blocks so we've got a straight edge without breaking the wing. And I'm going to white glue this just because I want it set in the right place. I've still got a bit of usable glue, which is good. Nice blobs on this because this is, yeah, this is, even though it's going to be stuck to the nose part, it still needs to be very strong. So it's quite an important part. So holding this very gently so I don't break it again. Stick that in the slot. I'm going to stick my other block there so I know that I've got a straight edge, he says. In fact, while I've got that block at the back, let's just put a square to that. So no square, that is there, that is there. Put that back there. And before I do anything else, I'm going to leave that to dry. Yeah. Alrighty, so here we go. It's all dried and everything else, which I'm really happy about. And now we're going to concentrate on the front. I am cautious of time. I don't want to go too mad. So we're just going to show you what we're going to do, and then I'll do it. So I've moved the camera position. And basically, they've got like a stringer that goes all the way around the edges, all the way to the front. Now, I am a bit concerned about the opening of the vent, the engines, because that does sit back and then it goes on there like so, but they seem to be a bit longer for some reason and I don't know why. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the stringers in, make sure this is straight and level when I put the stringers in, so then I can then judge to see what needs to be done, whether things need to be sanded down and everything else. So basically I have cut this string out and you've got to make sure it's the right way. So I'm going to stand up for this. I think it was that way. They kind of bend and twist all the way to there. It's a funny shape, isn't it? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sort of wet glue them. I'm going to white glue them. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to white glue them. Hold them with some red clips. Let it dry. and then come back. And so I've got to do both sides. This side's a bit more weird. It kind of goes like an S-bend. It's really crazy, but I presume it is kind of moldable. There's a word. There is. No, it doesn't come to mind, but you can, you know, move it around. But you could always wet it if you wanted to, let it dry, then glue it, or steam it, in case you snap it. So everything has its tolerances. Let me do this, glue this, be right back. Okay, so let's have a look. Now, it looks like it's got measles. It's got clip measles, but it's all right. So hopefully this would, I mean, the glue's semi-dry. It's dry enough to be unclipped. It's kind of gone gloopy and hard. So there you go. I'm pretty satisfied with that. It looks a bit weird, doesn't it? The actual shape. I mean, the covering of this is going to be mad. Now, I've got to get this the right way around. I think it goes this way. So this has got to glue on there now. As you can see, it's slightly proud for some reason. It shouldn't be. So I've got to use I've got to wait until I cut these formers out. Sorry, the vacuum parts. I've just got to take off that edge and that edge, and then I want to fit it inside to make sure that it fits properly. Because it's almost like, you know, this should be higher up, but then it wouldn't be sitting on the shoulders and wouldn't be safe and glued. So. And everything, I know for a fact that everything's in the right place, but it's just proud on that, which it's probably about 2-3 mil. It just comes up there, you see. So obviously you don't want to bend up on the wing. So once this is vacuum filled, I can just I can offer it up. As I say, I don't know if you can see. Yes, you can. This bit has got to be cut out because this is where the motor goes, the engine goes. You just about see that. But I want to put some. I want to start putting some gussets around bits and places where I feel that it needs a bit more strength, especially where I'm cutting a piece of the frame out. I want to put the gussets so I know it's not going to move. So I'm going to let this totally 100% dry, and then I can saw off the edges that's here, because this is the end here. Saw off everything. Oh, yeah, it's not glued. Whew. Saw off the edges and make it okay, and then I can lift it off and then make the other side, and then we'll be back to do other bits and pieces. But there you go. So there you go. That kind of like went really quickly in the hangar. I spent much too long chit-chatting and gluing the bits and pieces. So I've cut a lot of bits out, so hopefully it's enough for you to appreciate what's going on in the hangar with the Hawker Hunter. She's being built. I've got to build the other side, which I'll do off camera, so I'll be ready, excuse me, start sticking the formers in and bits and pieces. So we are going to carry on with this build, because once it's built, the frame, the skeleton, then it's just the covering, and that's when the fun begins. He said just. But while the weather's still there, raining and everything else, best thing to do is to get in the hangar and do some building. Obviously, as you can see, 25 minutes or whatever has just gone, and we haven't really accomplished much. But we've accomplished stuff that needs to be done. And I do try not to waffle. I'm a bit disappointed with the camera position, because all the lights this side and not this side. I haven't put the light up that side for when the actual the desk is at this position, so you have to excuse. And it's always hard just to try and get the right position and everything else, but that's another thing all about camera work. So without further ado, really thank you for popping by, and appreciate every time that you comment and all that sort of thing, because it's great. It's great to know that people are enjoying themselves, or maybe people are just laughing, whatever it may be. But listen, if you can get out and it is sunny where you are, or the weather is just about great, then get out there and enjoy this RC fun. Whether it would be planes, boats, quads, you name it, as usual, anything RC's fun. So if you can get out there, be safe, but keep safe. But most of all, spread the word. RC is fun. Listen, you have a great weekend. Ta-da!